All right, so what we're going to do next is we saw the video about IVs. So patients need, when they're not eating and they're not drinking, they need the right amount of salt, sugar, vitamins, and medicine. When you combine those solids and liquids together, right, the solid salt, the solid sugar, the solid vitamins, and you dissolve them in water, that's called a solution. So a solution is a mixture of the solute, the solid material, and the solvent, the liquid that it dissolves into. So those words we're going to start to use more so you become comfortable with them. That's how you make a solution. So you've always been making solutions whenever you make anything where you combine a solid and a liquid. We're just using the vocabulary now. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to do that simulation activity and you're going to create different solutions. You're going to measure the concentration and be able to explain what makes a solution have a high concentration or a low concentration and what you can do to change that. So the activity is going to look like this. So you're going to start when you click into it. I'm going to show it to you first, and then you're going to do your own demonstration of it. So there's all these different parts in the activity, right? You have the water up here. You have the different solute you're adding, and you can change that. You have the water coming out down here. You could change the evaporation. The key part is you always need to use the sensor. So I'm going to go and I'm going to model this simulator for you. And then once you're comfortable, you're going to do it yourself. You're going to move on and do it yourself. And you're going to measure and observe and be ready to answer questions about it. So some of the ways you can change this is you can add water. Okay, so when you add water, water pours in, or you can get rid of water. Oops, there we go. And water comes out. Right, so that just changes the amount of water. You can add drink mix. You can add cobalt nitrate, cobalt chloride, no idea what that is, potassium dichromate, potassium chromate, no idea what those are, nickel chloride, copper sulfate, potassium permanganate, sodium chloride, that one is salt. They just have solutions, or solutes, they have solutes with different colors, so it'll look different. You can use the solid form of them, and it looks like it's in a salt shaker, or the liquid form of them. Same things, just solid or liquid form. The key thing you need to do every time you play with this is you need to add your concentration meter. Okay, that's the most important part because when you're changing it, you want to observe what you see in terms of color and you want to read that concentration. You want to know, is the concentration increasing or decreasing? Moles per liter is just the unit we use. Just focus on the number. If the number is higher, it's a higher concentration. Lower, it's a lower concentration. I don't usually mess around with the evaporation, but you certainly can. You're going to have as much time as you want to play with this before you have to answer questions about it. So I always prefer to use the solids just because I think it's more fun to watch them shake in. And I'm going to go with purple because that's a fun color. So I have the amount of water we started with. I'm going to shake in. Haha. So I observe what happens to the color and I watch what happens to my concentration. As I add more, what happens to the color? What happens to the concentration? There's some new vocab in there. I see the word saturated. We'll talk about what that means later. Just keep that in your mind. Now, I don't want to change yet. I want to reset. I'm just going to add some more water. We'll let some water go. Nothing changed with the concentration yet. Add some more water. Nothing's changing. This isn't fun anymore. I'm going to reset my experiment. Now I'm going to use green. I'm going to sprinkle in a little. Looking like, forgot my concentration meter. All right, so let's remove solute, start that one over. Sprinkle it in. What happens to my concentration? There's my concentration. What happens when I add water? What happens to the color? What happens to the concentration? Observe, observe, observe. Do a couple of different ones. If you want to reset it, if you want to change it to the solution and add a liquid in, it's the same idea. but now your solute is in liquid form. Oh, I forgot to put my concentration meter in every time. All right, reset. Add it in, add it in, add it in. Let's take some water out. What happens to my concentration? Ooh, nothing. Let's add some water in. Oh, it changes it. Add some more. I ran out. I don't have any more because it's full up to the top. So I would reset. Okay, so just play around. Different solutes, different amounts of water. Just don't do what I did. Always remember to add your concentration meter in. Once you're done exploring and playing with this, you're going to answer some questions about it.